Saying no to a founder is never easy. Founders put their heart and soul into their idea, often draining their own personal bank accounts.
The truth is, we say no to over 95% of the startups that we meet with. And today's episode will give you a front seat view into how we make those decisions.
We will spend weeks, sometimes months, vetting a concept, vetting the founder, meeting with customers, suppliers. It's not an easy process.
There's simply no way to vet a company in one meeting. And if we would have invested in every company we initially fell in love with, we wouldn't be here today.
It's not like Shark Tank, where you listen to a pitch for 10 minutes and then you get to make a snap decision on I'm in or I'm out.
If we made investment decisions solely based on the potential of the companies we meet with, we would definitely be investing in the company we're meeting with today.
So today, the story of a startup company that ended up ultimately not being the right investment fit for us, and we're gonna take you way back to the very beginning.
If you like today's episode, please help us tell YouTube to share it with others. The only way that happens is when you smash that thumbs up button. It's probably the only thing we'll ever ask you to do for us, and know that we deeply appreciate every one of those likes that you guys give us.
We're meeting with a company called Hydrent. They're kind of like Tackle or TaskRabbit, but all of their people are off-duty firefighters.
Jordan met with the founder before we met with the founder, so this will really be the third meeting for you.
If you could do those three things, I would be really interested in continuing this conversation.
This is where it gets real. Our first meeting with the company was over 3 months ago. 2 months later, we planned another meeting, this time with one of the firefighters who actually uses the app. But first, we regrouped about the deal, obviously over barbecue.
How did we not know about this place?
Nothing like barbecue in the deep burbs.
We're in urban sprawl, so I think everything's about to be the burbs now.
Why are we in the burbs today? Because we are going to meet a fireman who actually does this whole hydrant thing.
This is your deal, like you brought this to us, and this is a good one. And it seems so simple, all they are is a TaskRabbit, or what are some of the other ones?
Tackle.
Yeah, but they use firemen. Services like this already exist. What's the big deal having to be firemen? Why? Because my wife will not have anyone just coming into our home. I told her that this was firemen only. She's like, I'm in. Like I will use that service for everything.
I think the second that you tell people what this is and there's firemen, everybody can trust a fireman, right?
Firemen, there's a ton of them.
They all have very strange hours, which means they're available a lot of times.
Right, and so if they can do a good job advertising to some of these fire departments, they could just get tons of sign-ups.
Once you get in with fire departments across the country, you're in. You now have your supply chain forever, right? You don't have to go out and market to get random people to sign up for your services.
Yep.
You have your supply of workers.
It also seems like it would be viral in the firehouse. Like
100%.
It's like, hey, I made an extra $200 yesterday.
Once one guy starts using it, everyone in that firehouse is going to be like, well, why not sign up? I want to actually use this service, and I realized, you know when that giant tornado went through and basically went down my street and knocked down trees and stuff? It blew the metal cap off of my chimney, and I still haven't gotten around to having it fixed. I'm going to use this app. I'm going to try it.
All right, let's do this.
This place is awesome. A little easy to overorder.
Is that what you did?
No, that's what Chris did.
$30 lunch. It was kind of worth it though.
This is a fire station under development. Where's the pole that I get to slide down?
We always love to dive deeper into the companies we're talking to. So we really appreciate you letting us actually talk to one of your employee workers. You know, what's on my mind more than anything else is this the type of service that will be adopted by 5% of firemen once it got national distribution, or 50%? Like, how many people in a firehouse do you actually see saying, hey, I would do this part-time on the side?
The exact numbers, I can't be sure. I do know that every firefighter I know has a second job, secondary income. Not one firefighter I know goes home at the end of 2 days. Percentage-wise, I know that all the guys, especially during holidays or summertime vacations, are always looking to make a little extra money. And that's where Hydrant Pro works perfectly for the fire department personnel, where we can pick up our hours as needed with them. Most firefighters I know have done jobs already on this site.
That's actually really impressive.
In Colorado right now, we're at like 12 or 13% in Denver. We're at about 9.5 in Austin and about 8.5 here in Dallas.
Of a single firehouse? Or?
Of all firefighters in those markets, those are the number of firefighters that have signed up with us.
And once 2 or 3 firemen start bragging about how great it was, the ease of it, then it spreads like wildfire.
How long have you been working with Hydrent?
Year and a half now.
Let's say Hydrent were able to get you as many jobs as you wanted through the platform. How many jobs could you handle a month?
Well, with our schedule, we work 24 hours on, 48 off. So it really, the complexity of the job that they're asking to do, to better answer it, how much money do I need for that month? It's how many jobs I'm ready to buckle out. So it'll fluctuate. Truthfully, you could do 2 jobs a day. And the great thing about Firehouse, though, and firemen, the world's problems are solved at our coffee table. We either can do it ourselves, or we know a guy that can do any job in the world.
I just want to say that I really like this company. I really want to invest in it.
They are really early, and for us to take a lead in a round like this is fairly unconventional.
We normally don't take the lead role.
So I said we would consider taking the lead in this round if we had an option to invest an equal amount at some point this next year at the same valuation. These two-sided marketplaces in the gig economy are really dependent upon supply, and it's all about supply. And I think he's nailed the supply with these firemen. And if he could really get anywhere near $250,000,
Yeah. If you can replicate what he's done on the supply side in other markets, he's done Dallas and Denver.
that's right.
I'd like to see, just turn on one more and see if it scales as quickly. After meeting the founder and meeting one of the firemen, we put the app to the test. So a little update, I just got a notification from the app that my job has been accepted. So Seth the fireman just arrived, and he's gonna fix my chimney. This thing right here needs to go up there. This roof angle is too steep and the slick tiles would not keep him on, so he's actually going to try from the back side of the house where the slope isn't quite as dramatic. Well, that just happened. The ladder went through the glass panel on the front of that lantern out there. They say they're gonna fix it.
So we got the roof ladder and we got everything back, and we tried going from the front side of the house, and my roof ladder wasn't long enough for me to slide it all the way up over the top of the ridge. And then we went to the back of the house, and the way the house is built is there's a down slope and an up slope, and with the plastic shingles I can't climb on it. Did have an accident, did break a little piece of glass on one of the lights out front. We're gonna pay to get that fixed. I'll find a roofer and call and see if I can get him referred to you.
I guess this is the end of this episode where we actually make a decision on whether or not to invest. And if you've read the title of this video, I think you know our answer. This will be our 3rd or 4th meeting with the founder. We have some serious concerns about the app. Let me call Chris, actually. I just want to see if we're on the same page. I have a lot of concerns.
I think they can get to a place where I would want to invest, but they're not there today.
Here we go.
Okay, ready for the good, the bad,
I want to hear it all.
and the ugly? I'm gonna hear it all. This is great. The good, your contractors are amazing. Your concept behind what you're doing obviously works because she was cool with this.
Good.
And she was not
Good.
cool with any other service when it comes to that.
But for me, so when I used it, he was professional and thought he could get the job done to a fault, where he didn't have a tall enough ladder the first time, so after surveying the situation, he came back and had a taller ladder, wasn't tall enough to do what he needed to do, ended up in pulling the ladder down, knocking the ladder through a pane of glass, which is still being repaired, so not a perfect experience. He tried.
Sometimes they aren't.
Yeah. And so
Sometimes
that's the thing. It's almost like the app probably should, have limits on what your firemen are capable of saying they're able to do.
We're
because
working on that. Yep.
in this case, he really thought he could do it, and he's
Yeah.
obviously experienced with
didn't
ladders
wanna
and
give
roofs and things like that, but it was a little too much.
Speaking of the app, the entire process of booking a hydrant worker, that is not only light years away from where it needs to be, in my opinion at least, and I've been using services like this, TaskRabbit, for years and years, it has gone down the completely wrong track. Nobody wants to have to determine what is an appropriate price for the job.
I'd pay $200 to get it done, but is that too much? Is that not enough? Communicating through the app was a little cumbersome because I wasn't getting notifications, and I'm pretty sure if it asked me for notifications, I would have said yes, but that he would respond and I wouldn't see it for 2 days.
That you guys can build something that at least just mirrors what the other people are doing. It doesn't have to be innovative at all. The roadmap is there. When it comes to hiring a TaskRabbit person, it's the app, it's boom, 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 boom. 60 seconds later, I got someone coming to the house to do Christmas lights tomorrow.
That's what it comes down to. Idea, check. Founder, check. Tech, and
that's our big
execution
it's just
is just a
missing
little
something.
lacking.
I love the feedback. Thank you.
He has a great plan, and it doesn't mean we have to just say no altogether.
The takeaway for our subscribers is investing in founders and early stage companies is a process. It's not a binary thing. It's just a process. And I have no idea whether we'll end up investing in Hydrent or not. But this could be a year-long process of us working with the founder, critiquing their technology, watching him evolve, watching him make good on his promises or not. We say no a lot more than we say yes. We just don't always show it on dumb money because sometimes it's an uncomfortable situation for the founder. This just happened to be a situation where even the no was a maybe down the road, right?
It's a definite maybe.
Sure.
And if you want to see how this all turns out, make sure you have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't rung the bell yet, hit that notification button so you see every one of our videos.
Keep the comments coming and also hang with us in the community section.
Our
of
community
channel.
tab is open and we're posting to it as frequently as we can.